The Edge at 11 starts now.
Cade to the paint. Cade way outside for Tim Hardaway Jr. This for three, and it's through. The first Piston lead of the game. Thank you, Tim Hardaway Jr.
You're right, George.
LCA rocking tonight as Pistons fans get on their feet to give the team a spark.
It was a back-and-forth game that unfortunately did not swing our way in the end.
Despite the loss, fans are happy they can witness playoff basketball back in the D. As Fox 2 Lauren Edwards tells us, their confidence is still through the roof.
It's the first Detroit Pistons playoff game I've ever been to. I'm so excited.
The Detroit Pistons playing postseason basketball for the first time in years. The only thing more exciting than the game itself were the fans.
Amazing. That's the only reason why I'm here, to be honest.
We're going to beat the series.
So you think they're going to go all the way?
Yes.
We have faith in them. They're doing amazing. They have K too.
Always wins.
It's very cool. I'm excited. I feel like I'm on the team. I've been here half the season, almost every game. So I'm hyped up, I'm excited, and I want something more.
The fun began with the Fan Fest outside of Little Caesars Arena, but as soon as it was tip-off, all 20,000 seats inside were filled.
This got to be, outside of the draft, the livest thing the city's had in a long time. I love basketball. I was happy to get a ticket, and it's just the energy down here, everybody getting along. It's what Detroit is all about.
Grit. These guys say that's what it's all about, and fans believe they can take the series from New York.
Malik Beasley needs to hit his threes. Cade Cunningham, stop passing the ball. Shoot that boy. Shoot that boy.
Pistons in 6 all day. Pistons in 6.
Pistons in 6, Pistons in 6. That is all I've been hearing since I've been here for several hours. But you know what? Game 4 is on Sunday at 1. Hopefully they can beat the Knicks then and stick with Fox 2 for all sight, sounds, and coverage. Reporting downtown Detroit, Lauren Edwards on The Edge.
Breaking news from Detroit's west side, where firefighters are on the scene of a house fire on Grigg Street near Cambridge Avenue. We're told the fire broke out around 9:30 tonight. We're working to get more details, and we'll get them to you throughout the night and, of course, on Fox News.
Well, smoke pours out of an abandoned club, also on the city's west side tonight. Firefighters battled the flames at Club TNT on 8 Mile near Schaefer around 8 o'clock. Crews confirmed that the building was vacant. Nobody was hurt. The building has been sitting empty for a while now after police shut down the club in 2021. Officers say the business had its fair share of problems with shootings, death investigations, and noise complaints.
All new tonight, Detroit police could use your help identifying this man. Officers say he's a person of interest in connection to a deadly hit and run on the city's east side. We told you about Juan Smiley's tragic story earlier this week when family and friends took to the streets calling on the driver to come forward. Officers say Smiley was crossing Gratiot and East Grand Boulevard around 1 on Saturday morning when she was hit and killed by a dark Jeep Wrangler. If you recognize the person of interest, call Detroit Police or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP.
A 13-year-old sent to the hospital following a shooting in Detroit.
And now police need your help finding 2 suspects. Here's Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack.
The 13-year-old who was shot is in temporary serious condition at last check. Now investigators moving pretty quickly with this one. They're releasing photos of 2 female suspects wanted in connection to this shooting.
2 suspects right now that we're looking at.
And here they are, 24 hours after a 13-year-old boy was shot on Detroit's west side. Detroit police released photos from security video of 2 women named suspects in the shooting.
Appears to be argument related between 2 suspects and our victim.
The scene spilled onto several blocks outside of this church off 7 Mile near Biltmore on Detroit's west side Wednesday afternoon. The teen boy shot in temporary serious condition, expected to be okay. Gang intelligence detectives on scene Wednesday ruling out that this shooting was gang related. Appears it was a simple argument ended with violence.
I don't think it's just a Detroit issue. I think it's a nationwide problem. People tend to resort to gun violence rather than solving a dispute in another manner.
The DPD describing those female suspects, the one on the left with locks in a white tank and Adidas track pants, on the right wearing a full Adidas jogging suit. Investigators are looking for the public's help tracking them down, and it comes with a message for everyone else.
The message is don't use a gun to solve your issues and come to a resolution without causing any harm to anybody else.
You know what to do. If you have any information, call DPD or Crime Stoppers. You know you can stay anonymous. Reporting on Detroit's west side, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
A 16-year-old missing for more than a month found this week living with a 62-year-old man in Dearborn Heights. Police say after running away from Vista Maria, a facility that helps troubled young women, the teen stayed with that man in an apartment near the intersection of Warren and Inkster. Investigators say she was provided with money and access to a cell phone. They also believe the teen was sexually assaulted. Tonight, there are still so many questions.
He is one of the individuals that we did speak to at the time who denied seeing her. I don't believe she was forced to stay there. I believe this was a child in need that had nowhere to go, that was lost. She didn't have a telephone. She didn't have a cell phone. He provided her a cell phone to use, but he only allowed her to use it when he was present.
The 62-year-old has been arrested, and police also say they're looking into his citizenship status. As for the teen, she's now in the custody of Child Protective Services. Well, the former Detroit Riverfront Conservancy CFO will be spending 19 years in prison.
And that sentence handed down to William Smith in federal court today after he stole more than $44 million from the Conservancy. Smith pleaded guilty to fraud and money laundering that stretched over a decade. The stolen money was used for investments, contractor work, even furniture and designer clothes. Today, the 52-year-old admitted to the judge he was wrong, and he hopes he can regain some trust.
So do you feel his remarks were genuine and his regret?
Sure. It's hindsight, though, right? Hindsight's 20/20. One of the things that Judge DeClercq said was, you know, you're expressing remorse now, appropriately so, but where was that remorse in year 1, year 5, year 10?
Smith will stay out on bond until he's ordered to turn himself in. In addition to prison, he's also been ordered to pay just over $48 million in restitution. Most of that will go to the Conservancy, with $5 million going to Citizens Bank to pay back a fraudulent line of credit.
A Shelby Township car dealership under fire by the Arab American Civil Rights League. They're suing Big J's Auto Sales on behalf of a Muslim man who accuses a worker of denying him service because of his religion.
And Fox 2's Scott Wolchek with more on the allegations and how the dealership is reacting.
Oh, you're a Muslim? End of conversation.
Those alleged words sparking a lawsuit. The Arab American Civil Rights League filing a suit against Big J's Auto Sales in Shelby Township on behalf of Ahab Al-Jabali, who says he was discriminated against for his faith.
And I hope no other person has to deal with this ever again.
Al-Jabali says he was trying to sell a car back in March, and through text messages on Facebook Marketplace, he spoke with an employee. He says it went fine until they tried to arrange a meetup with his mechanic.
As soon as I told her that, she said in the text messages that she was gonna come strapped with her cousins or something like that, which is very hostile. I did not know how to reply to that.
Al-Jabali says he brought up his faith.
I don't want you to think that you will ever be scammed. I'm Muslim, and we don't do those type of things. And that's just the way our religion teaches us. And she doubled down and replied with, I quote, "Oh, you're Muslim?" End of conversation.
Al-Jabali says he went to management, who seemed to take the allegations seriously at first.
A couple of days later, they totally changed their tone, and they still have her working there. And the owner and the manager, they did not want to help, not one bit, or even look into this. They just pushed me away.
I went to Big J's Auto to ask about the allegations and the lawsuit. The owner, Jeff, told me they don't discriminate and that he's Arabic himself. He says if Al-Jabali provides proof of the messages, he'd terminate the accused employee. We'll let you know what happens. Scott Wolchek, Fox 2 News.
It's a beautiful spring day, which felt more like summer, but turns out it's not going to be that great as we head into the weekend.
You got your linen pants on. You got
wrinkles and everything.
It's time for the hot weather, but hey, we cool back down to spring, according to Rich, right?
It's only April, so we're not there yet. You know, just be patient, Roop and Taryn. We did have a beautiful day today. Daytime highs for a lot of us in the lower 80s, but you can see there is a circulation out here over the Dakotas and Nebraska, Iowa especially, and that's going to rotate into the Great Lakes. That's why tomorrow afternoon and Friday evening, we will likely get some rain showers with our next cold front. For the time being, it's all quiet. You can see some of the high clouds streaming in from the south and west, but it's dry for us along I-94 to Battle Creek and Kalamazoo. No problems out there. Look at that, 82 earlier today. The record high set 100 years ago, 1925, 86 degrees, so we were close to that record. 84 for high in Toledo, 82 in Lansing. Not quite as warm up around Traverse City today at 59, 55 in Sheboygan. That's close to the Mackinac Bridge. So 82 and 50, your official high and low. There are your averages. Look at the records. Sunset continues to get later and later. Right now, 67 Jackson, 64 in Monroe. It is cooler up there close to Lake Huron, 60 in Flint right now. The breeze is turning more to the north and east, and that's a sign that that weak frontal boundary is right over southeast Michigan. 68 Fort Wayne, cooler in Marquette. If you need a cool spot, it's 37 there, 64 Buffalo, 74 down in Pittsburgh. So this complex frontal system clears the area late tomorrow evening, but tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, some showers are likely. We could even get a rumble of thunder then. Sprawling high pressure gives us dry weather for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Saturday will be a bit on the cool side. You'll see that in the 7-day. Very mild for the rest of tonight, down to 56. Tomorrow is not an all-day soaker. Occasional showers. 74 for a high, and then right there is the 7-day forecast. Saturday is cooler at 58. Dry weather for Sunday and Monday, and then we do see a chance for some stronger storms on Tuesday of next week. Remember, always get the latest forecast. Check it out, the Fox 2 Weather app. You can download it for free right now or anytime in the App Store or in Google Play.
I seen the glow coming through the window, and I knew right away that something was on fire.
Skyfox showing dramatic video of a house in southwest Detroit fully engulfed by flames. Firefighters battled the blaze around 6 this morning on Western, right off of Dix.
No one was in there, thank God. Her dad's been staying there, but he wasn't there when it happened. So nobody was there, nobody got hurt.
Blake says her family was trying to sell the home before it burned to the ground. Firefighters prevented the flames from spreading to other houses.
We're getting a look at the man accused of sparking a massive wildfire in New Jersey. 19-year-old Joseph Kling allegedly set wood pallets on fire and left the area while they were still burning. He's now facing 2 charges of arson. The Jones Road wildfire has burned more than 13,000 acres since Tuesday. It's about 50% contained. Whoa. Fire officials hope rain in the forecast can provide some much-needed relief.